Hello everyone. Today it's a rainy, nasty day out. So we've got a couple things that we can do on the inside of the house. We're trying to get ready for our first inspection. It's going to be our sheathing and bracing. The nail pattern on the sheathing is really important as far as it adds to the rigidity of the structure. So if you have some lateral wind loads, you know, from either direction, it helps to stabilize that. I know that sounds weird to talk about sheathing as being stability, but there's a lot of places in the country that they only require sheathing on the corners, and they'll do like a foam board on the rest of the house. That's junk. I've seen it done. It just doesn't hold up. So a quality house is going to be sheathed all the way around. So that's what we did. But in addition to the sheathing, we're going to add diagonal bracing. So we have something in this house that's called narrow walls. Narrow walls are the small walls on the end that are less than 4 feet. So I had not dealt with narrow walls before, and a friend of mine said, hey man, you need to look at that before you have your inspection. Make sure you got your bracing properly. So of course I got online and I studied and studied and studied until I found out what I believe to be the best. I'm going to reach out to my architect and make sure he agrees with me, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So worst case scenario, we're going to have some bracing in here that's going to be really, really good at maybe an overkill. But what we're going to do, since we don't have enough wall in that corner over there, we're going to do a diagonal bracing across here, and that'll help with the lateral load. So the rule of thumb is that from the start, you need to be 12.5 feet at maximum from that far corner over there. So right now we're going to set up and try to measure and get our calculations. We've got our strapping, we've got our nails, so we're going to get busy doing that. You'll see how that happens. Okay, now we've cut our strapping to length. We're going to nail it up there, and then we'll progressively nail it as we go down, just keeping it tight. And what that does, coming at this angle, that's resisting shear strength this direction. So we'll do the same thing opposite on the other side, and then you'll also see us do a vertical strap on the end there, just for a little added strength. And then we're going to reevaluate this wall and see if we need to do a strap that way as well. So a lot of nailing, a lot of straps. It's going to be worth it in the end. This is the strap for the sidewall. Once we get this up, we're going to go work on the guest house. Okay, so we did a diagonal brace in the guest house, and then we did our vertical brace up on the side because of this narrow wall here. We're gonna go and finish over at the main house, and then I think we're good to go. All right, guys, so Jana and I put up the strapping, the diagonal strapping, so that's for wind load coming this way. We did both corners, main corners of the house. We also did a vertical strapping on the from the header over here on this what they call the narrow wall, and then due to code, we want to make sure that within 12.5 feet we start this diagonal brace here. So we got that duplicated on both sides. We should be really strong at this point. We did a little window on the other side, but I'm proud of today. That strapping, it really does stabilize the house, makes everything, you know, just rock solid, and that's really what we're looking for. We've got one interior wall that we could do, this back wall, that would add a little bit of lateral stability. And we're thinking about going ahead and doing that just because it would give us that little bit of extra rigidity to the house for any possible wind shears. We are up on a bluff. I've seen some pretty big winds. They tend to go the other direction, but you gotta think of all scenarios, tornadoes, whatever. We want to make sure that we're locked in good. So I'm going to sign off for today. Always happy. All right, guys, we'll see you later.